We have been in our house for a year, and just when I thought I was getting everything under control, that I was getting a handle on things, that I was finally getting to a place where I have most of what I need, I get the restoration hardware catalog in the mail. Oh my gosh, some of these pieces, you guys. This is the modern catalog. So most of the things in here are going to be from their modern line. Look at this. What? I am totally here for this, you guys. Obviously, on a much smaller scale because this looks so palatial. But look at this chandelier. Like, that is stunning. The furniture. And it's so amazing because while it's definitely palatial and seems over the top, these pieces are very simple. They're not ornate pieces at all. Very simple. Definitely the details come in with the architecture in this room. Most people who live where I live don't have, but some of the artwork. That's where the real like drama comes in. But the pieces are very simple. The mirror is very simple. The couch, albeit curved, with that back. Oh, I love that. It's still simple. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I don't need any new furniture, y'all. Even the something as simple as that reading lamp. I don't need any new furniture. I actually like my round couch, but I'm not gonna lie. I love this. And you know what? I love this table. And I need a table. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. The table. The chairs. And I don't have anything soft because I don't have a formal dining room. My dining room is in my kitchen. There's just so much space. It's amazing how ill-conceived my kitchen is now that I live there. But we're gonna make it work. This is this is what I need. This is what I need. And what's funny is I am stop. Look at this. Okay, y'all. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. I even like this round table. I was trying to get a round table. I'm trying to convince the family like we need a round table. But that oblong table is actually really gorgeous. Even even this cabinet. That's stunning. Okay. Okay, so you guys, dude has not seen this catalog yet, and he is the real restoration hardware person in the family. Like, I just really wanted the cloud couch. Like, that was my thing. But he loves restoration hardware. He loves their furniture, the rugs, all of it. And he hasn't seen this catalog yet, but I may have found my dining room table, y'all. I may have. Okay. Okay. But see, this is what happens. This is what happens. You think your house is done. Well, I knew that my house wasn't done. I do need a dining room table. I need definitely one larger than what I have. We did not keep our dining room table from the last house because, for one, it was a glass table. And now that we have a toddler in the house sometimes, I just don't find the glass table to be very practical. I mean, we could have made it work. There's that. And also, I wanted a table that was expandable. I don't think this one is, though. But I may not need for it to be because it's so long. And it just kind of didn't fit my aesthetic anymore too. So, you know, I got rid of it. Oh my gosh, these vanities. Okay, wait a minute. So at some point, we are planning on redoing our vanities in our bathroom. Oh, these are gorgeous. I don't know that we need one quite this large though, but even the bed. Oh my goodness. You guys. I love this. And I really love it in this color. The black oak. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, you need to come see this. This catalog. So yeah, here I am, like literally swooning over this catalog. I haven't seen things from Restoration Hardware that I was this in love with in a long time. But man, oh man, oh man. And it's very, a lot of it is very simple. It's not everybody's taste. I get that. But I was just looking for something different. So I'm really feeling what I'm seeing here. But that's not even what this video is about, or at least it wasn't. We're coming upon a year in this house, and I do plan on doing a whole tour of the house and talk to you guys about what I've done, um, the ups, the downs, what's working for us, what's not, and what I plan to do. That video is coming very soon because next week will be a year that we are in our home. And I have a lot to show you. And by no means, when I said, like, oh, well, I have it all together and things are figured out, by no means did I mean that I was finished. It just meant that, like, the plans were in place. Like, I now know what I want to do with my back kitchen. I now know what I want to do loosely with the basement. We are trying to figure out the built in our mudroom, things like that, right? We kind of have those plans, while not 100% solidified, they're in place. But looking at this catalog, um, maybe we don't have plans in place. Maybe I need to change some things. But definitely there's more to come. What I really wanted to talk about though quickly in this video is we've got about a week or so before summer starts. And I am I have decided that I really want to create my summer routine. And what I mean by that is I don't want to do a whole lot when it's hot because I can't function when it's hot. It's weird. I struggled this winter, not so much because it was cold, but because it was a really dark winter this year. It was moderately cold. I think if it had been colder, it would have made more sense because it would have meant like rest and relaxation and everybody chill. You know what I mean? But it was like moderately cold, so it was just cold enough to still like be able to really go outside. You didn't have to bundle up or any of that. It never really got that cold, but it stayed really dark this winter. And because there was no snow, there was no sun reflecting, and I know I started to feel down for the first time ever, really, in wintertime because I actually love winter. Um, and typically, though, that does happen to me in the summertime. Like when it gets too hot, where I don't want to go outside, where it's just humid and muggy, or even when I was in California, if it's, even though it's not humid there, the heat, like I'm not a person who enjoys a lot of heat unless I'm going to be in the pool or by the pool or at the beach or by the beach. If I'm going to get some ocean breezes, I'm just not a person who likes summer like that. Like right now the weather, it's close to being too hot right now just in this moment, but today was a very beautiful day. It was not too hot. It wasn't overly windy. It's not raining. The sun is shining. Today was a beautiful day. This week has actually been very mild and very beautiful. And this is my ideal. This is what I like. It's cool enough for me because I'm over 50, but it's just warm enough where I can come out and get some vitamin D, sit in the sun, and not feel like I'm being baked. Anyway, so as we get closer to summer, as it starts to get really hot, and there apparently is a heat wave that's coming, I know that I don't function. I know that I won't want to make videos. I know that I won't want to do a whole lot. So I am trying to put some things in place prior to summer so that I am still moderately productive or mildly productive, like soft productivity, where I'm still doing things, getting things done, but I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself, and I'm doing more reading, more crafts, more artwork, things like that. Um, and I know that that probably will start with routines. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys just some things that I had in mind to keep me balanced and grounded, things that will keep me focused so I won't get depressed or feel down, especially when it gets really hot. Plus, fingers crossed, we will have a guest for part of the summer, and that will help too. And I also kind of need to put some routines in place for that reason as well, because, you know, chasing around a little person can be very hard. It can be very hard to have me time or to, you know, uh, it can be very hard to have, what am I trying to say? Quality time just with myself. Luckily for me, Pop Pop is very much involved. So between myself, Pop Pop, and TT, the baby's auntie, um, there'll be enough time for me. There'll be enough time where I can do some things just for myself, check on my mental health, check on my emotional health, and and all that, and keep things organized, clean, and do some fun things with the little one, and also still produce my content. So, yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's just a few things that I want to make sure that I'm doing every day just so that I'm on target. And I wanted to share those things for you. It's weird because I'm saying that I'm slowing down, but I don't really live a fast paced life to begin with. I think what where a lot of people struggle though is when they don't have a handle on the little things, or they don't have a handle on a lot of the day-to-day things that get out of hand. And then now you find yourself trying to play catch up with getting things done, cleaning things, organizing things. So, if you get a handle on those things before, you know, um, or if you check in periodically and see what needs to be modified, uh, that's how you stay on top of things and you don't burn out. And you have the time to live softly. Oh, finally, the sun is going behind the clouds because it was getting a little harsh there. Anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. So I already filmed some of the footage that I'm going to show you. I'm going to insert said footage while I finish looking through this catalog. I don't know if you guys get excited about restoration hardware like I do, but I actually get excited about most furniture because I just love interior design and architecture and furniture and decorating. Looking at a chair right now, which is inspired by a vintage chair, and I'm wanting to just rip it out of the page, rip it out of the book, and hang the page on my wall, which I think I'm going to do. Um, in fact, I'm just going to do it right now. I almost got it out, but this this chair, it's just stunning. It may not look like much to some, but for me, it's got my heart like doing this, and it's just a chair. But I'm big on details, you guys, so that's where that comes from. Anyway, let's get into just a very few soft productivity habits that I want to implement for summer. And I'm calling them habits, but I don't even really think that's I don't really believe that that's what they are, because I want them to be so soft that they're just like second nature. But hopefully hopefully this will inspire you to slow down for summer and to really do some things that you want to do as opposed to just all of the things that you have to do. We all need a break. So, first of all, before I even get started, I just want to say if you like this video, this style of video, any of my videos, go ahead and subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like them and the notification bell so you can get more. Okay, so let's get into my first habit, journaling. I really want to journal, document. Really, it's all about documenting. I really want to document every day. whether it's what I read, what I ate, something I heard, a quote that I found, whatever I need to be documenting every day. It's a personal goal of mine to be documenting my life because I want to leave something behind for the future people, whether it be my future offspring or just the future in general. I would also like to be able to look back sometimes too and just see what I've done and what I've accomplished because sometimes that could be a great gauge for where you want to go in life. So here I have what would be my daily journal. And I don't think I have anything in here too personal right now for you to see, but if I do, I'll blur it out. But this is my daily journal, and this journal I bought from Papier, Papier. I was able to personalize this journal, and this is my second one that I've purchased from them. I love the paper and the size and the cover. I think that they make beautiful covers, and it's just a great journal to write in. It feels great when you're writing in it. I also am documenting what I'm reading. So this is it's technically a book tracker. I really just put the books that I'm reading in this particular journal. This one is a Dior journal. It was a gift from my husband, and I wanted it to be kind of special. I didn't just want to scribble in it. I do have some notes in it just from, a couple of different things that I wanted to remember before I decided that it was going to be solely dedicated to documenting the media that I consume. So it's not just my books, but also things that I watch or how I feel about certain things that I watch or read, or even I have some things that I want to remember or keep, say, type things like scrapbook type things like cards from people and stuff like that. Pretty much just whatever I deem necessary to go in this book, but primarily it's centered around the media that I consume. I think that makes sense. In this particular instance, I have pages where I want to document each book that I've read. I will more than likely go back and put the ratings for each book at some point in the future, but I'm just documenting each book that I read. So I have the Canon IV little mini printer. And typically when I get about 4 books, I'll go ahead and print out just the little stickers of the books. This is sticker backed paper, photo paper that goes in this printer. And I use it not just for this, but for sketchbook journaling, or if I just want to make a sticker or some sort of photograph for my sketching or journaling or whatever. In this instance, I usually print out 4 because they're the perfect size, and I can place them all on the page in the order that they were read. So in this instance, I've only read one of these books, but I needed obviously 4 books. I plan on reading the other 3. So I went on ahead and just printed out 3 future books, which means now I have to read those books. But if I don't read them, if I DNF them, I can still put them in this journal because I also will have a page for books that I DNF'd. There is something that's just oddly satisfying about seeing all of these here like this. I love this. I really do. And I think this is a good use of this particular book, which was a gift from my hubby. Um, and it's um, definitely a little shishi poo poo. I love this. I love seeing these all here. My second summer habit that I want to implement is obviously reading. And I'm saying implement, but I want to expand upon. I would like to give myself a set reading goal for each day of the summer. I don't know if it's a chapter a day, 20 pages a day, an hour a day. I haven't decided exactly what I want it to be. I would like to probably do it by time, at least an hour a day of reading, because I think that that is something that can be broken up. I can count my Audible time, my Kindle time, or just when I'm reading a physical book. In my mind, an hour a day seems short, but I know that there will be some days where I will be busier than others, especially if we are going to, an event, or we are getting ready for an event, or I have the baby here and I have to do things with him. An hour may be all that I'll have time to grab on some days. It's summertime though, so I plan to spend most of it reading. I think this is something that summer just calls for. I don't think you have to be doing a whole lot. I remember when I went twice to spend the summer in Texas when I was a kid. And I just remember that there was not anything that was really scheduled. We just kind of sat around and did lazy stuff. My dad caught up with old friends. And of course, I went with him for that because I was like 3 the first time and like 7 the second time. And I remember just kind of playing in the yard a lot. I remember one time we went to dinner. But other than that, and we did go to an amusement park too. But other than that, like, it was a hot Texas summer. And I'm wanting to say maybe it was like 2 weeks in the summer. I don't remember the exact amount of time. I remember we walked a lot. And I remember it was just a really lazy Southern summer. And I've had a few of those in my life because I did live in the South for a significant period of time when I was a younger adult. And I just remember those days being so hot, you didn't want to do anything. And the kids were out of school. And when I went to school at the same time that my kids went to school. So I was out of school. I didn't always take summer classes. And I just remember those times being really lazy. And they have been the perfect time to like sit on the porch, on the deck, in a porch swing, at a cafe, whatever, and read books. And I want that back. Now, when I was a kid in LA in the summer, I read all the time because I would go and I would spend so much time in the library there. Exposition Park Library. That was my spot. We also went to museums and stuff too, but we spent a lot of time reading when I was a kid. And for whatever reason, as an adult, I haven't done that as much, partially because throughout the years I've worked, or, I was in school, or the kids were younger and we did a lot of things. And now I have that time at this age to just get lost in books. And I don't know how much time I'm going to do that outside because the heat. But if I can, maybe spend a little bit of time in the morning when it's still cool, or a little bit of time at night. Who am I kidding? In the middle of the summer, it's not going to be cool either of those times. But one thing I know I don't want to be doing is like ripping and running. That's what I don't want to be doing. I want to be reading. But I'm going to say maybe an hour a day as a goal. I'm going to say at least an hour a day as a goal. And if I hit more, and if I get in more reading, then that's a bonus. And since we're talking about books, here are the few of the books that I have purchased in the last couple weeks. I went to Books A Million and I purchased this Rachel Cusk book, Second Place. There's this book about what you need from the library. I am looking at the screen, but I can't actually see the title because I don't have on my glasses. The Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John. That's a trilogy. And I am currently reading on Audible the first book in the trilogy, which is Station 11. I also got 100 Years of Solitude by Garcia Marquez. I've been wanting to read that for a while. I have been seeing people talk about it. People say that it's amazing. It was on the bookshelf next to the Sea of Tranquility, which is what I actually went to go buy. Or not next to it, but in the same vicinity. I saw it. I saw how pretty the book was, and I was like, let me go ahead and get it. I don't know that I'll be reading it this summer, but you know what? I'm always seeking solitude, and I'm always seeking peace. Maybe I should read it, but I also get the sneaking suspicion that this book is not peaceful. So I don't know. I need to do a little more research first before I decide to read this one. Then the one at the bottom, Tender is the Flesh. Okay, y'all, listen. I don't normally read horror movies. I don't normally read horror books or books that are scary. And I don't know if this one is. I've seen some people talk about it. They say that they like it. I saw it. I was intrigued. But I'm kind of afraid to read this book, so I don't know that I'll be reading it this summer. or even this year, but I went on ahead and I grabbed it because I do that sometimes. And I'm going to read just a little blurb from the dust jacket telling you what this is about. But you know what? I have now 3 books, and I might make a whole video about it, that I am nervous to read. This one, House of Leaves, and A Little Life. I have purchased these books. I have them. They're here in my home. I have the intention of reading these books, and I'm afraid, y'all. Let me read this blurb to you. The international sensation about a dystopian world in which humans are being processed for food and society is divided into predators and prey. This is the perfect time to segue into my next micro habit for summer, or habit for summer. I know I look crazy, don't I? But just to backtrack a little bit, I am really nervous about reading that book. Doesn't that sound just absolutely terrifying? Okay, what else is terrifying is me with this red light mask. So, you guys know that skincare is the thing that I do the most, and I do plan on doing my skincare every morning, every night, which is something that I already do. I just want to step that up even more. You saw my red light mask. I use the red light mask. I try to use it. I'm supposed to use it every day for like 3 minutes. I don't always do every day, but I definitely want to step up my skincare routine. One thing that does happen in the summer, as with every season, but pretty much summer and winter are probably the two that are so drastically different that you have to modify as it gets hotter, especially if I'm inside more and the air conditioning is on. I'm going to have to modify my skincare for that reason. So I'm really paying close attention to the things that I use and what I use in the cooler months as opposed to what I use in the warmer months. And it's so funny. I already can tell that it's time to switch things up because I got a pimple on my lip, which is so crazy that like now one pimple can tell me that like, hey, you need to fix something, because once upon a time I had lots of acne. But usually I can tell by like the texture of my skin, or by um how saggy things look or dark my under eyes are. And all of that is resolving quite well. But I have this one pimple. It's a painful one. It's right on my lip under my nose. And I know that when that happens, it's a sign that I need to switch things up because the weather is changing. Um, so in the winter, I'm really big on hydration, heavier moisturizers, things like that. In the summer, I go to lighter weight moisturizers, but I do tend to flood my face more with like mists and things like that because it's hot. And even sometimes inside of the house, I'm hot because my family is perpetually cold and I am middle aged and I have hot flashes and night sweats, which a lot of you probably already know. And I typically am probably maybe 5 to 10 degrees hotter than everybody else. I feel like, because they're always like, I am freezing, I'm freezing. And I'm like burning up. So the humidity, the heat, the going back and forth between really hot outside and then really cold inside, it takes a toll on my skin, and the skin starts to freak out. And that's typically when I start to break out or the texture of my skin changes. So I really want to be diligent about doing my skincare routines in the morning and at night. Even though I'm pretty diligent about it now, I need to just be mindful of what products I'm using. I do have a new vitamin C that I have been testing out on the left side of my face, with where my old vitamin C on the right. Right now, my right side is still winning. So it just feels softer and plumper than the left side. And it looks better too, but it's only been a couple days. So we'll see. The pimple is on the left side of my face though. So maybe that's why I'm focusing more on that than actual results. But the key is to step up my skincare, really modify it to fit the season. That's very important. Another thing that's really important is food. I have really started to pay more attention to the things that I've been eating, although I did have Popeyes the other day because Popeyes is like a special treat. They do have naked Cajun chicken now too, which I think I'm going to start ordering. My daughter's gluten free and she got the naked Cajun chicken, y'all, and it was amazing. I feel like I can actually eat Popeyes again and not feel as guilty. I don't think it's still good for you, but it's better. Anyway, I just want to start eating more whole foods, preparing more food at home and not eating out so much. I haven't really been that good at it this week, but that is the plan, to eat more whole foods, eat my vegetables, and eat foods that are going to make me feel good. I have reduced my sugar intake quite a bit, but I could do even better. So that's definitely a habit that I do want to solidify this summer. And the last habit that I'm implementing is my summer uniform. It's part of my whole capsule wardrobe revamp, which is taking way longer than I thought to work on, but which I will show you bits and pieces of as I figure things out. My summer wardrobe is simply going to be typically something neutral, usually black linen pants or black shorts and a black top, or white linen pants, white shorts, and a white top, and then a kimono over the top. I think that this makes the perfect summer outfit because I can be coordinated, I can look cute, and when it's too cold inside, I can put something over my shoulders. And when it's oppressively hot, I can take that something off. That's it for this video, you guys. Let me know down in the comments what habits you plan on creating for the summer, and I will see you in the next one.